and I must say it is a privilege, he may not think I would say that, to follow the noble Lord Winston. But I have to say to him that I don't read Arabic or Hebrew, and therefore I cannot judge what either side says to the other. My lords, it is an irony to me that our ministers and most of the media call a bunch of murderous criminals waging war in the Middle East at present the Islamic State, when they are neither a state or Islamic. So why do we inflate their importance in this way? And I found it insulting to the Palestinians that after 48 years of occupation and 68 years since the Nakba, that they cannot also be called a state of Palestine. The Palestinians have tried, oh, they have tried, non-violent demonstrations, violent intifada, talks upon talks, with the goalposts always being moved by Israel and the USA or the Quartet. They've held well-monitored and fair elections with a result not acknowledged by the government of Israel and the West because the wrong side won. They have shown that they can run their own affairs. They have even recognized the state of Israel, as has Hamas within the 1967 borders. Because they were said to be divided, they have formed a unity administration with Hamas, only to have that rejected too. Now, having a secured observer status at the United Nations, it is the wrong time for full recognition, of course. It is always the wrong time for Palestine. They have now applied to join the International Criminal Court to seek justice for their people. So what happens? Taxes and funds are withheld by the government of Israel and the USA. Meantime, reconstruction of Gaza, paid for by the international community following the murderous war in the summer, is being obstructed by the government of Israel. Gaza festers, anger is building. My lords, I wonder what the Palestinians should do next. And my lords, the continuing injustice to the Palestinians and the hypocrisy of the West in regard to international law has sowed the seeds of Islamic fundamentalism in the Middle East, and we are now seeing the consequences. Continuing failure to create a state of Palestine and stand up to the government of Israel is causing trouble for us all. Israel is becoming a pariah state, and because of its cruelty towards Palestinians, the general public are conflating the Jewish state of Israel with Jewish people all over Europe. And so anti-Semitism has reared its ugly head again. My lords, when those of us who criticize the government of Israel are accused of anti-Semitism by the Israel lobby, it further reinforces the view that Jewish people everywhere support the actions of the Israeli government. Can the Jewish community not understand this? They are not responsible for Israel's actions. Of course they're not. But why do their leaders not speak out in condemnation of the injustice to the Palestinians at this time? Why, oh why? The situation has probably gone too far, I admit that, for a gesture towards the Palestinians to have much effect. But my lords, if we led Europe into calling for a Palestinian state now, no ifs, no buts, as the Prime Minister loves to say, no more conditions, it would show that we were on the side of justice and we want to uphold international law, which should be our guiding star. My lords, I conclude by asking the Minister, if the answer is again no, it is not the right time, will he tell us what the Palestinians should do now?
May I begin by expressing my thanks and say I support wholly the Noble Lord Steele's motions. Indeed, his record and commitment to pursuing a just solution to the Israeli-Palestine crisis is